That was an emotional time compared to many other songs. It's by Hothouse Flowers, which is us. I am Liam Maonlaí, and
I am Fiachna Braonáin, who plays that luscious slide guitar.
Now, before that, we were having a wee muck about, and well, maybe it wasn't a muck about, actually. You two were interviewing me. Do you find that often within, when you're being interviewed, that you get nothing but the cliched question from the interviewer?
yeah, a lot of the time.
Well, I'm sorry, I'll change it then.
Good. That's a good question. Yeah, one of the pat ones is like, so, what have you been doing for the last 2 years? And then the next interview, so, what have you been doing for the last 2 years? And then they might vary it and say, so, what has the band been doing for the last 2 years? So it's been 2 years since the last album. What's happened since that? And
So what have you been doing for the last 2 years?
oh, we made an album, we toured Australia, and we did a lot of interviews.
And within the 2 years, did you do anything?
On the case here, Dougie. Well, I lived in Ireland, lived at home a lot of the time. We kind of...
Over the years, Hothouse Flowers have done things that have been a sort of ahead of your time. So would you say that this new single, is like 100 years ahead of its time?
It must be. Coming from you, it sounds like it's the truth.
Well, it's always important to speak the truth. So is there anything that sort of annoyed you about me that you would like to... No. Obviously plenty by the fact that you're laughing so much.
No, actually, it was a very refreshing approach, style. No, nothing really. I have to be honest and truthful and say nothing annoyed me about you.
Now, you at one point were saying to... oh, here we go. Oh, I shouldn't have asked that one now. You go.
There's a little blemish over your eyebrow there. It doesn't really annoy me, but I can imagine how it could.
Well, let's talk. Let's not talk music here. Let's talk spots, because obviously it's very important when you're in a rock band or in a pop band that you have the right image when you go on stage. Now I have a spot today that wasn't there yesterday. So what about Hothouse Flowers and spots?
It's it's mainly on the formative side of things. I had spots when I was a teenager, a lot of them around my chin mainly and around my nose, and I reckon that really shut me up, kept me from being too arrogant as a young fella.
Well, if you don't mind, it's very important. Obviously, we've had a bit of a lark and a bit of a joke. About time I asked a serious question. Shoes obviously play a very important part in Hothouse Flowers, And let's talk about the brown shoes that you have on, first of all.
First of all, your colour blindness is tragic because they are in fact red, believe it or not. Perhaps the light, they're not. They're red Doc Martens, which are from the Rainbow collection.
Why did you call me Doc?
It's the stethoscope you're pointing at my mouth that I'm talking through.
No, you must actually have a lot of Scots coming up to you and saying, don't go.
That's why people say man. That's why do musicians say man all the time? Because I always forget people's names. Well, Scott. Yeah, you get a bit of that, all right. Don't go.
Would you like to try a Scottish accent?
Certainly have great admiration for the tonal quality of the accent, and some great people, great Scots have come out of the land by the name of Scott, in truth. One Mike Scott there now is a great mentor of mine.
Is there any chance of you forming a group with Mike Scott and calling it the Hothouse Boys? Well, it's been good, it's been real, it's been an experience that's changed my life, actually, and I've enjoyed talking to Hothouse Flowers as well. So many thanks, guys.
Dougie.
Yeah?
Could we, by any chance, have a copy of this interview? Because it's been so fantastic for us.
Was it good for you, was it?
Well, the earth moved a few times.
Hothouse Flowers, many thanks, and well, see you next time you're around.
This song tells exactly how while I was sitting back in my deep pile